1. Wait,
Jesus.
it's recording. Oh no, 5,
Oh my gosh.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Alright, thank you. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
I don't know. I looked at the wrong thing
I
for a
can
second.
tell
and
you
I was
did.
thrown off
Uh-huh.
completely.
Great.
All right, let's do
Alrighty
this.
then. Okay, so, I think we last left off. You saw my new blade of all stuff. Let's see.
Yeah.
And now we are heading toward... No. What is a quest? That's not it. That's what we're gonna do later. Alright, so we're gonna go to the Junks. Colony sits and rides to the Bionis interior. I'm going the wrong way. Where is this thing? What's this one? Whew. Okay, so, like, how was your week, I guess, besides, you know, the work that you've had to do? You did anything?
Outside of working in school, not really at all.
Okay.
I did listen to music.
That's cool.
I heard some new tracks from some artists that I peer into every now and then. I also I'm sure you've heard by now, but yesterday a very unfortunate thing happened
Yeah.
to one of the actors in, you know, the film industry.
I mean, we
I'm
can
not
just
gonna-
not beat around the bush. Chadwick Boseman died, and I was very sad.
I was too.
Yeah, I found
didn't
that
even
out
know.
no one knew. If you're going to talk about the cancer stuff, I don't think anyone
Yeah.
knew except his family and the studio.
It's the inside
Yeah,
of the
it's
Bionis.
just crazy, man.
Yeah, it was
looks
really
quite
upsetting,
different from when
actually.
we entered via the marsh.
Like, that was a
Bionis is
lot
regaining its
to take in at
biological
11
functions.
o'clock at night for me.
Must be 'cause Zanza woke it up.
In the PM, I was not ready for it.
I was not either, and I thought it was like a troll at first when I happened to see it. As the way I found out was through Instagram.
I found out from my brother, so I was like, no, this ain't a troll. This man, my brother doesn't play with that stuff. And so he put an
Gotcha.
RIP, and it showed his picture. I was like, oh no, this is not what I want to see.
Yeah,
And it
that's
ended with
exactly
me
how I
like
felt.
consoling my sister and all this other stuff. And welcome back to the Bionis Inside, which we were in at one point, and now we're in again.
All right, before we continue though,
Yeah. Mhm.
my quality has dropped.
Of course. Like me. Let me see if I can fix it. Where are you? There you are. Oh. Where is... Is it still bad?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it...
It's better.
There we go.
It's better.
Okay. Is better good enough? Oh
Eh.
my gosh.
I wouldn't say better is good enough for what I'm looking at.
Oh. Okay, let's see if I can. I want to make it so it stops the screen showing on this part. Not helping. Net. What is this one? What is this one? This might disconnect it. Did it disconnect it?
Yes.
Sure did. Let me just go back and go live on that. My bad. Alright. Whoops.
All right, I'm loading back in,
I bet you are.
and we're good.
We're good, good?
We're good. Good.
Okay. So, like, okay. So, we're in the Bionis lung. We're back inside the Bionis. Which, I imagine you realize we went through the Bionis? I don't know if you realize that we didn't go in the entire biomes. What am I fighting? What is trying to fight me? This thing? Yes.
What is that thing?
What?
What is that?
It's I mean it's the Bionis.
Interesting.
It's a large cellula.
Huh.
Cellula, whatever. Yeah, so now we're just fighting the inside of this thing. Because, I mean, you remember when we went into this to, like, get into another part of the Bionis? And, like, it was just shooting us outside of its gut?
Yeah.
Yeah, now we are proper in it, and it is an actual zone.
Alrighty then.
I know, right? Now there's just stuff floating around. It is very much alive. Oh, dang it. There's these Telethia. Stop hitting. That's not nice. There we go. Everyone else deal with this problem. People deal with the problem, so I don't have to. Yoink. So, yeah, that happened. It was pretty upsetting. Yeah, stage 4 colon cancer.
Yep.
Cancer sucks.
And it does indeed.
And I know I've gotten the odd message or two, or people just at work being like, so no more Black Panther? And I was like, that's not how this works.
And not in Hollywood.
No.
But...
and I don't even think it... I'm still kind of confused on how it'll work. Like, in the comics, I mean, his sister does eventually become Black Panther.
Yeah.
So they could go that route, just expedite it, and I imagine that's what they were going to do anyways. They could just replace the actor.
Because if they knew about it...
Yeah, and they would have had to have known about it. Like, that's not...
Yeah.
He's had this problem since 2014. So, people knew. Studios knew.
You know, this man was tough. Like, this man was putting out films like he had no issues.
Yes. He was putting out films literally like he might not have it tomorrow.
His performances were great.
Oh, yeah.
Like...
I loved it. Each one.
You look well, Your Highness.
Oh, great.
That voice. It's Lorithia. Show yourself.
Look at that. The heart of the Bionis.
Look at that heart.
The pulsating life of Lord Zanza.
How do you feel about that heart?
Quit your yapping and show yourself.
That,
I await Your Highness here.
that's a thing.
Yeah, it is.
Your friends are welcome to join you. That is, if they survive.
So, what's her deal in this?
She is also a disciple of Zanza.
Forget her for now.
Ah,
We
I
must
see, I
push on
see.
to the heart.
All right.
So you have
There
Dixon,
were 4 disciples, right?
3. Dixon,
3 disciples.
Alvis, and Lorithia.
Okay. Alvis is still confusing. Like, he's a guy that's just like... I feel like he's one of those people that's just like... I just want to see how this plays out. Like, I think that's his, like, the best way that I can
Goes by sound.
project what I think of him.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, cause he doesn't seem like a bad guy
No.
all the time, but he's obviously made it very clear that he's not technically a good guy either. So
that's
I
it.
guess like the best role that he can be classified under is I just want to see how this plays out. Like, I'm on the bad side, but I just want to see how this plays out.
Either way, it's fine with me.
Exactly.
Like, you do get that mood from him quite a bit.
It's over.
I see your strength is the genuine article.
So, beyond all that, other stuff did happen. Before that, actually.
Yeah.
Did you see any of the DC stuff?
For like
All
their plan.
Like all the stuff they're doing?
I saw things with, I think their next phase, I guess you can say, type deal.
All the other movies? Did you see the
Yeah.
Batman movie stuff?
No, I was actually trying to avoid the Batman movie stuff.
Really?
Yes, not because like I didn't want to know, but I mean, they've rebooted like what their Batman 3-4 times now.
I mean, Batman has been having movies forever. Like
Well,
saying
yeah. I mean, as
reboot
far
is
as
weird.
movies, yeah, but saying, I mean, I guess what I mean is reboot as far as like
For
our,
Our generation stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, I would say it's been 2 times then. Well, this will be the 2nd time, 3rd time.
okay,
Yeah, because we had
Okay.
the Dark Knight trilogy stuff, but that was its own
Yes.
individual thing, and then we had the Batman versus Superman stuff.
yeah, and then now we're getting this one here. So I actually I wanted,
But that
I
one,
was
this one
avoiding
takes
it
place before it.
Yeah. And I just wanted to, I guess I've been avoiding it just so I could experience it for myself first when it comes out and just develop my own opinion before I see any of the spoilers or and things like that that people are breaking down into like the trailer that they witnessed and they saw. So I've just been trying to avoid that just so I can experience it for myself, because I guess I'm not against the transition into I guess another version of Batman here. And as for the actor, I feel like
Robert Pattinson.
I feel like he has. I've only seen him in like a select few roles, and I feel like they didn't do him any justice. So I want to see how I feel he did without any other bias from, I guess, what I'm getting from other people on top of it, you know? Because, like, the only roles that I really actually, like, as far as movies that he played in that I watched... What, it cut... yeah, actually, my feed is frozen. Okay, there it goes. I just...
What were you saying?
I don't think it likes doing this at night.
Probably not. This will be a one-time thing then at that point. But
Exactly.
Yeah.
What was I saying? I was saying I've only seen him in a few select roles that I've actually like gone out of my way to watch. Like as far as like his catalog, I'm sure he has a much larger catalog than I actually have experienced personally. But of course, the main catalog that I've seen him in is the sagas from the
Twilight stuff.
the Twilight stuff. So
Yeah.
not really his best field to compare to, especially when transitioning from, in my own personal experience, from the Twilight saga to a Batman film, because that's that will literally be the transition for me. I haven't seen any other movies that he's or TV shows that he's been in since the Twilight saga, and I really don't feel like the Twilight saga did any of those individuals justice outside of what's the other guy's name?
I don't know.
The other main male figure in that.
Oh, the werewolf
series.
dude?
Yeah, him. I feel like he was the only one that really gained traction.
There is too much
Through that
stuff trying to
saga.
fight me. This is a goodbye.
This is a goodbye. So, and I could be wrong about that. I mean, I'm sure there are fans of Robert Pattinson that feel differently, but personally, from my own experience, I feel like the Twilight saga didn't really do him justice. So I want to see what his range is compared from that back then to what we will be getting now.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I think that's a very fair take on it. Like, I feel about the same. I know the dude has range. Like, I know that it's kind of unfair that he just only has the Twilight thing that a lot of people harp him on, but he does have other movies.
Yeah.
And although I haven't seen them, I don't remember ever hearing anything unfavorable about it. I think the sense
Yeah.
that only thing that people can gripe on is the actual Twilight movies speaks a lot about the rest of his career. Because that's the only thing they can actually say bad. And they aren't good. Let's be honest here. But that's not necessarily their fault. That is the fault of the actual movies themselves and the material given.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't really say much. I did watch the trailer, And it does have me excited, though. I think he's going to do really well in that role.
Well, that is information that I am glad to hear then.
Yes, I think everything they're doing in it is actually really cool. It is continuing the theme of being a more brutal kind of superhero franchise than the Marvel universe, which is very teen-rated. This seems to skirt that very like PG-13 R for what they want to do with the violence. And I'm like, okay, great. I'm fine with that.
I froze again.
But like, other than that, they did show some other stuff. Like they showed the Wonder Woman movie stuff.
Yeah. Now, do you know anything about that suit that she has on? I did see the trailer for the Wonder Woman.
See, there we go. I didn't see the Wonder Woman trailer.
Oh, really?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So this is
That's
your
funny.
turn to talk. I know, right?
Okay, so now I didn't watch. I've been trying to watch the the Justice League movies because I haven't actually gotten a chance to see them. But I did watch the first Wonder Woman movie, and I'm not as into DC as I have been with Marvel as far as just like paying attention. So I'm not really sure what the timeline is that they're going for, or I guess the sequence, not timeline, the sequence that they're going for as far as how they're directing each individual film and what they lead up to.
So like that's weird and kind of confusing to everybody.
Okay.
So I can't explain that. So the whole idea was that they were going to have the Justice League movie and then just like kind of have little past stories to kind of explain everything, like a reverse Marvel. It's like if Marvel had started at Avengers and had built from there, because they wanted to catch up and get that Avengers money. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So like, but that doesn't work. You need to build up all these heroes and stuff. Like you can't just build up Superman and then just jump to everybody else. Yes, we all understand Batman's story, but we would like to see all the stuff about Batman. Like the stuff that they showed in the Superman movie, like the Batman vs Superman, is really cool because it's like you get to see the Robin. And you get to understand it's like, oh, this is the Batman that had the Robin that got beat with the crowbar by Joker. And that's why he's so dark. And that's not really explained. And I feel if that was explained, people would be like, why is this Batman so brutal? It's like, he just witnessed what would be his, like, child beaten to death and exploded. It was pretty bad for him. It was a bad time period. And you get, like, the little bits of Wonder Woman and all this other stuff that, you know, no one really sees.
Yeah.
Other than that. And then you got... And it was kind of not well put together. And
that was a big thing as far as what's, like, really hurting them. Because visually, their movies are really good.
Yes.
Really well made. But their story has been what has been... From what I've heard is what has been lacking. Now, like I said, I haven't really seen the movies themselves. I did watch the Superman movies, but once again, like, I'm not keeping up on the sequence of what's supposed to be being portrayed. I'm just kind of one of those passerby. Yeah,
we're casual
I saw
fans.
the film.
We're casual fans of we're as we would be like actual fans for Marvel. We are casual fans for DC.
Exactly.
We are just
so I can
by.
watch the movie and not really have any critique and be like, okay, yeah, this was good. But then everyone else is telling me, bro, it wasn't good, and I'm just like, well, why?
Yeah.
But that's because they know more about what's supposed to be going on than I do.
Yeah, and I mean, I do know a bit about DC. Like, I keep up with some of it, but I'm not going to say I'm a super big fan. Like,
Yeah.
I know DC stuff. I've seen Teen Titans. I've seen all that stuff. Not any of the recent stuff, but the old stuff. I read some comics, yada yada. I pick my worlds when I do that. Whereas with Marvel, I'm like, I'm all encompassing. I'll read quite a bit of it.
Truly does have a will of
Yep.
its own.
But like,
That makes a lot of sense to
But-
refer to us as casuals at that point.
Yeah, we
like,
are.
When you compare the two, we're definitely casuals.
we are casuals in this regard. Like, there's nothing to it but that.
So,
But like,
it shouldn't be threatened
I think
by
the
anyone.
Wonder Woman movie is Wonder Woman
We'll never give it to
1988
Zanzan.
because it takes place in 88, whereas the first one took place in 45.
Well, if it's life
So
you're
this is
looking
now,
for,
I want
I'll
to say,
show you true life.
I think it's 88. I could be wrong, but we're slowly getting closer to where we are. Oh look, brother!
Callion!
Oh look, brother.
He survived his explosion ability.
There is no use in calling. It worked before, but now his transformation is complete. He is my adorable servant.
Oh, she really just tried to do that, man. That's crazy.
It's what she does.
You know the meaning of the word telephia?
Yeah, so
That which
I mean,
eliminates
it is what it is, I guess. I mean,
It
like,
is, yeah.
but right at this point, it was supposed to be a connected world. Now it is basically just, instead of it being the DC, like, Justice League universe stuff, it is now just called Worlds of DC. It's why,
Okay.
like, Shazam is kind of separate, and they don't mention much else besides it. Aquaman is its own thing, and that's how they're going about it right now until they can figure out what they want and how they want to approach it. And I think they're getting to that point. But, like, Affleck's going to be in other films when we didn't even know if he was going to be.
Yeah, isn't he supposed to be in the Flash film?
Yes, which was a surprise. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What is attacking me? Why can I not move? How is this happening? What is this? I am not pleasantly happy. What are these little balls of problems? Get out of my face. They're causing me the issue and the fright. Get out of here. Ouch, I'm toppled. I need these things gone. Like, they are actually causing me
Now,
the problem.
is the Flash movie is this his first film or his second film?
Like, as an actual movie? Or
Yeah, as a standalone. Standalone.
like, for them? Or,
Yes.
like, in total?
For them.
This is the first.
Okay.
He
I
has...
was,
the TV show is there, but it is a different...
yeah, it's a
person?
different Barry Allen.
Yes. So, like, there's that.
I do like the Barry Allen from the TV show.
Yeah. But that's not what you're getting.
Yeah, I know that's not what I'm getting. But I wasn't familiar with whether or not they had already made a standalone film. Since, Wonder Woman's already proceeding into its second film now.
Yes.
and
Batman is
whatnot. I
just
wasn't
getting
sure
its
if they-
first film for this stuff, but it's, like, not even caring about anything. I'm treating the Batman thing like I am the Joker movie, where it's just like, this is its own separate thing.
Gotcha.
Until said otherwise.
Until they tie it all together.
Yes. But like, we got that, the Flash movie. I think it'll be fine. We'll see. We'll see. Not as big on once again, not still a casual fan of DC. So like,
Yeah.
I'm more there for the fun of it than anything. You know?
Yeah.
Whereas if it was like more of Marvel, I'm like, is this accurate? Is this?
Did this really go down in this way?
Yeah, basically, I get to be the big old nerd about it.
Of course. Now, the one with The Rock in it.
Yes.
What are your thoughts
Black
on that?
Adam is. I think he'll do that role great.
So far from like the images that I've seen of like him in the suit and things of that nature, like they look really aesthetically like correct.
Yes.
As far as like, yeah, it does suit him. But I the other day I saw a meme about how his range is very limited, and they were showing clips of like different movies, but they all ended up having like the same type of background. and I thought it was hilarious. But I am excited to see him playing Black Adam. I
Yes.
think it will be very interesting. I think that's actually one of the ones that I'm most excited about out of the ones that they've revealed to be coming out.
Yes. Yeah, I think that'll be the most interesting one to see. Because, like you said, we get to see how far this man's range will actually go. You know?
Yeah. And plus, I mean, considering all of his movies have been action-packed anyway, like, how much better do you get when you get to play a superhero that's not really a hero?
I mean, Black Adam's not really... Yeah, I mean, it is a villain movie, like Black Adam is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is different. We usually don't get villain movies or anything like that. Like, Joker's there. We'll be getting Loki as a TV show for Disney Plus, but I don't expect that to be really a villain thing. It's just going to be him doing whatever as Loki.
It's going to be him being Loki.
Yeah, basically. So,
which I'm actually interested in that as well, because
Yeah.
I think he does a really good job as Loki.
oh yeah. He sells that role. People love him. You've got to be really good at it to basically be like, can you make him a good guy?
Right. You know, it's funny. I actually I saw some like, did you know about like certain actors, and he was one of the actors that I got a little information on at random, but he didn't originally intend on going for Loki as a role.
Yeah.
And I thought it was like really like unfortunate, but like coincidentally a great thing at the same time. Like he didn't get the role that he wanted, but he landed in what I personally believe to be a much better
The
role.
perfect
suited
role for him. And
Exactly.
that actually would lead into something else. All right, so Chadwick Boseman's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, your
Brother?
question, there are other roles he was going to do
Really?
later. One being the first Black Samurai,
I have longed
and
to
Yeah.
see you.
I was really excited for that movie. Second runner-up for that was Michael B. Jordan, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
I
Brother,
really enjoy Michael B.
I
Jordan,
must apologize
but I'm
to you
deathly terrified
and to everyone.
that what's going to happen is every role that Chadwick was going to get is going to go to him, and people are just going to say he only got so far because of him dying.
I brought misfortune
Yeah,
upon
that
the
would
high
be
end here.
really
I-
unfortunate. That'd be probably a lot of like unwanted.
Just strife
guess.
and
Yeah.
because the dude, he's good. I love him. I love his roles he does.
Definitely is.
Creed is fantastic. And like, if it turns out that he gets to take up that role of like the Black Samurai, or as even a Black Panther 2 kind of thing, I
Yeah.
don't want it to be. I want him to be in that role as him and not have to fill in the shoes of someone else.
Yeah.
Like
agreed.
Chadwick
I feel like
Boseman
that
is
would
great, but I
that
don't
would
want
put
that
a
to
lot
happen.
more pressure on him, but it would also put him in a like a position where it would be very difficult to I
Get
guess,
past that shadow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like accept that okay, this is the way that things are currently.
Yeah. Because if it didn't, because I loved his role in Black Panther. If it didn't have to be Chadwick, I would have wanted Michael B. Jordan to be Black Panther.
Agreed.
He would have embodied that role either way, whether he had to be the villain or the actual hero.
And he pretty much did.
Yes, like, and
so
he's
I
charismatic
definitely
and
agree
everything.
with
Yeah,
yeah.
like that hit me today, and I was like, oh gosh, please don't, because he's my runner-up for any of the stuff that he would have done regardless. Like
Exactly.
he's great.
But that in itself is the problem. Like he's always at that point he ends up being the runner-up that just, you know,
And
first place sprained an ankle. I guess that's the only reason you made it.
Yeah, and I don't want that.
And exactly, I wouldn't want that.
Oh, this is the most dramatic. This is low. I do not remember these facial expressions at all.
This is your destiny.
Also, don't remember it looking like this. They changed things. They changed that entire look for her. I'm pretty sure.
I was promised immortality!
Embrace eternity and death, I guess. Whoop.
Brother,
Melia, at long last I can be with father.
Oh,
At long last, wasn't
You
it just
must
like
now
earlier
live
that
your own
week?
life.
you really? Oh. Okay.
Choose
At
That is
long
the hope
last.
of the High Entier.
Later, I'm leaving
That'd
this
be
all
one of
to
those
you.
moments in Family Guy where like Stewie and Brian would like absently like break the fourth wall and be like, "Didn't he just die like earlier this week?"
Yeah, for real. But I guess he was stuck soul-wise in
Thank
there.
you, brother.
I guess.
But yeah, okay, back to the movies. Because we keep on getting off on this Marvel, and I was like, I really don't want to do this, because I know we're going to keep on talking about it, but like, I've had my day to be sad. I want to do as much, happiness as I can. And this DC event was really, really cool, because it was a lot of stuff that was nice and decent. We got to see the games they were going to have, the Gotham Knights, which is letting you play as Robin, Nightwing, Red Hood, and Batgirl.
Who heard his parting words?
Yeah.
And it is
Okay.
co-op.
Thank you.
Ooh.
It is multiplayer. Like you can, and from what the devs say, it's untethered. So you can be in 2 different places all across the map. It doesn't matter.
Huh.
And there's combos and all kinds of stuff. And it is not taking place in the same kind of like
I am all right.
universe
Let us
as
go and secure the future my brothers
the
so
Arkham
hoped
series.
for.
We will.
Because in the Arkham series, Batgirl is paralyzed
Such a brave.
Yeah.
and Jim Gordon is alive. And
Dixon.
oh, great, this dude.
Oh, great, this dude.
But like in this one, Batgirl's not paralyzed. Jim Gordon's dead.
And that's how you welcome me.
And so we're like at that point, we're like, okay, so it's alternate future, but like we're still gonna incorporate some of the stuff from Arkham. Like I don't know how far you got into Arkham Knight.
Arkham Knight. How far did I get to Arkham Knight? Honestly, I don't remember.
Okay, so I'm gonna just go into it without spoiling for you.
Yeah, go ahead. Go
So
ahead.
like the ending for that game is pretty pivotal, and it does take notions from that. But other than that, it seems to be a completely different thing.
Gotcha.